Alright guys, I'm Mark,
And I'm Ramon.
and we're going to be talking about young rookies and their impact so far in this season.
The first one we're going to be talking about is James Pierce of the Atlanta Falcons. Of course, we knew heading into the season, pass rush was a big need. They doubled down on that, and James Pierce, they had to trade up to get him, and they gave up a first-round pick this year, so it looks like he might be worth it. Let's just watch the clip.
Alright, so as you can see here, James Pierce is first going to be playing the run, so he's going to look for the run because it is a play action. But once he notices, he's going to be automatically going around that corner, and as you can see right here, that guy's holding him. Like, you can literally see it, and it affects the pass, and obviously, as you can see, it'll go for an interception in, hold on, right there. It affects the quarterback, which you love to see from any type of defensive coordinator. He loves to see that. Just a great play.
That was a pretty bad hold, too, and the umps did not see that at all. He's holding on for his life, bro.
I know, bro. He's
It's like one
falling
of those
down.
scenes in a movie. It's like one of those scenes in the movies where like you're holding onto the railing when there's a tornado, bro.
He's falling down, bro. It's just kind of crazy. Alright, so next one we're gonna be talking about is Mike Green. Obviously a pretty insane looking player coming out of college, most sacks, but he had some allegations toward him, which, you know, let him fall to the third round. So let's see this. That is an insane play right there. Alright, so if we go back, we can see the bend on him. He gets this sort of move, I guess you could call it, and he just does insane things with it. That's why he was so good in college. He bends around that corner and puts the pressure on the quarterback to get the sack. Yeah. I mean, from both sides. I mean, if you could see that, Mike Green would have gotten him himself, but like the whole Ravens defensive line is just there, which is just insane.
The Ravens defense in general is like one of the greatest in the NFL, which is why Mike Green, even if he doesn't get a single sack, will still be like a very effective player in that defense, which is like the thing because
I mean, if he puts
so many people, like your offensive line can't double team everybody, so you're going to have to go one-on-one with all of them, and that's never going to work. So they could blitz, and then the quarterback's just done. And as you can see, like, I mean, Mike Green just comes off the edge, and they have so many other people to the point where you can't really stop them. And then you got, the safety, Kyle Hamilton. You got DBs, Marlon Humphrey, and the Clemson, what's his name?
I forgot
his name.
Nate Wiggins.
It's Nate Wiggins, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are some big hitters, too. Nate Wiggins is like a solid hitter. He's kind of like AJ Terrell.
Yeah, Mike Green definitely flashed right here. From my point of view, I think that, like, even if he doesn't do well this season, he's going to generate a lot of pressure, which is really good for the team because it's going to force a lot of interceptions and all that.
But trust, he's going to get a lot of sacks because you have to play the Bengals twice a year, so trust.
Yeah. So now we got RJ Harvey, honestly the best looking rookie prospect so far. You could just see the explosiveness from him right here. He avoids three players. He reminds me of Tyler Algier in sort of a way.
I mean, Algier was more of like a hit first guy. This is more of he got to the outside. He made like a little switch, but no matter what he is, the thing is they needed a running back. If you look at the Broncos team last year, they had quite literally everything. They had an amazing defense. You have Pat Surtain, who's Defensive Player of the Year, right? You've got a good kicker. You've got an okay punter. It doesn't matter too much about the punter, but you've also got a great O-line. You saw their O-line. Like, the thing is, like, with the Broncos, you could say that, but the Bills had a better O-line and stuff like that. But the thing with the Bills is, it's not the O-line that was great. It's the fact that Josh Allen's hard to sack.
Yeah.
With the Broncos, Bo Nix is not as hard to sack as Josh Allen, so they still had to do a lot. So Broncos have a great O-line. It shouldn't have been hard for them to run the ball, but it was, and that was the only weakness. They had Cortland Sutton, they had Jerry Jeudy, but with having a running back, that will make them better than the Chiefs. That can make them division leaders. So this is an important pick for them, and if he does well, that'll be more impactful than Cam Ward. If Cam Ward puts up MVP season on a trash team, but RJ Harvey puts up average numbers on this Broncos team, he is more impactful for the Broncos than Cam Ward is for the Titans. This is why I think that RJ Harvey is the most important player heading into the season for like any rookie.
So I mean, yeah, you can see here. You can see the hole starts to fill up, so he just notices, oh, I'm gonna go outside. He dodges 3 players right there. Dodges another one, and he's not afraid to lay that contact if he needs to.
Yeah.
I just think he's gonna be a really explosive player.
And especially with the kind of like teammates around him, and like Sean Payton's a great coach. He's got a great O-line. He's got Bo Nix to make a dual threat. So there's a lot of things going his way too. So hopefully he does play as good, and we'll see. Maybe the Broncos take that leap to like Super Bowl contention next year.
Yep.
Or this year.
All right, so the next topic is the unfortunate injury of Quentin Johnston. He's had a tough year, like especially last year. I mean, he sort of like showed that he was capable of playing, but he got a concussion. Hopefully that doesn't screw with him too much, but
Yeah, because the thing with the Chargers, they were already like low on receivers. Mike Williams like retired. Ladd McConkey's like the only one they had. They were hoping Johnston could take like a step up because of,
Yeah, I mean, this is the clip right here.
The concern with playing starters
Ooh.
here in the preseason.
Oh,
Johnston.
that's not good. Yeah, he's probably gonna be out for a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah. And that sucks for the Chargers because I know that Harbaugh has this whole run-first mentality, but you still do need to have playmakers because now you're more predictable. It's either McConkey or they're running the ball.
Yeah, he was number 2 in the depth chart, by the way. He had 55 catches, 711 yards, and 8 touchdowns, which is honestly pretty good for a wide receiver 3 last year. I mean, he could have easily gone for 1,000 yards this year. It's unfortunate that he was playing in preseason, though.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, the thing is, Johnston wasn't, like, you can see the stats, but you can also, if you look at the eye test, like, the amount of drops he had and the type of drops he had were bad. Maybe he gets this time to recover to practice to fix some things. Maybe he comes back better. If he's worse, I'm pretty sure they cut him. But this is a make-or-break year for Johnston. They can't keep him around if he's going to drop those wide-open, easy passes that you can't miss because they were, like, fatal to this team. I remember they played the Ravens. It was a 4th and 2. He was wide open, no one in front of him, no one even behind him that much, and he dropped it, and it was like easy in his hands, like one of those like tosses you give to your kids. So, if he doesn't like come back better after this concussion this year, I think that he's not going to have a spot on the Chargers because they can't keep that around. So that's unfortunate, but it's also like.
All right, so for the Cowboys, it's very unfortunate. They traded a 6th-round pick for Joe Milton, and he just did not play well, especially against the Ravens' second-team defense. It's just not a good look.
Then again, I think they're overreacting here because even the Ravens' 4th-team defense could probably smoke a lot of teams, but Joe Milton's a good quarterback, in my opinion, and I think that if they give him the chance, he should start over Prescott. Like, they should trade Prescott and go with Joe Milton. I think Joe Milton has the tools to be a good quarterback.
Under the Cowboys system, I just think Joe Milton wasn't probably the best fit. I think he would have been a better fit in, like, the Patriots. Just because in the Cowboys system, I mean, you have like a lot of shorter passes, a lot of runs, a lot of I think he could be good on the run game, especially because of how fast he is. But I just think in the Patriots system, you throw it more deep, you throw it a lot more like medium passes and stuff like that. I just think the Cowboys system is not the best for him.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, if you think about it, the Cowboys, those short passes are going to make it easier for him to like have a better completion percentage. The runs are going to give him a chance to expand the offense, and I don't think it's going to limit him because CeeDee Lamb is going to be deep. So if they play Joe Milton, they'll be able to use his arm when Lamb goes deep, and I don't think they're going to like limit either of them.
All right, so another thing I also want to talk about is Deuce Vaughn. This man is not making the team. I'm sorry, bro. He's 5 for 11, 2.2 yard average. I mean, it's not the best. Cam Ward, obviously, rough start. 2 for 7. I think he can still be decent though. Like you said, even if he puts up MVP numbers, it's not the most impactful rookie this year.
He's not going to be the most impactful, but the thing I didn't say is, I forgot to mention, if he does take that Titans team to the playoffs, then he can be the most impactful. Because the thing is, we've seen it before. CJ Stroud took that horrible Texans team to the playoffs first year. We've seen Trevor Lawrence do it when he had a competent coach. The Titans, I think people forget, Brian Callahan is not an incompetent coach. He just never had a team. he made that Bengals offense. They went to the Super Bowl with Brian Callahan.
Yeah, I
So
saw
that's why, yeah, the Titans have a good coach. They have a running back. They have a receiver. And they have, like, maybe, like, a defender.
Yeah.
But now you've got Cam Ward, so if he can play out of his mind, I think they do have a chance.
Yeah, I think this is an
Because-
overreaction from most people because, like, honestly, he didn't play horrible as a Falcons fan. Like, I think our defense just tricking him, like, most of the time. Like, he only passed 7 times, so we can't really tell much from that. I mean, Michael Penix in his first start, he went, like, 2 for 7 the same way. And, you know, how he's turning out is pretty well. I think Cam Ward, honestly, could have a really good career. It just really depends on, you know, how this sets him back and how he's gonna work forward from this.
Exactly. And on the topic of Michael Penix, I think that Penix is a great quarterback, but if the Falcons want to win the Super Bowl, I think Penix does need to involve his legs a lot more. Something that Ward does too. I'm not saying he needs to be Lamar Jackson because we all know that he's not want to do that anymore because of his injury history. But Cam Ward's the perfect example. He's calm in the pocket. He can move around within the pocket. He can go outside, go there. He can run a little bit, kind of like what Mahomes does. I think that if you do that, that's what you need. But the Titans, I think most people are disrespecting Cam Ward, even though he's the number 1 overall pick, because I've seen so many people say, oh, this is a bad draft class. He's not a number 1 overall pick worthy player. In any other draft class, he's like, what, 20th? But I think he's a number 1 overall pick caliber player, and that he'll prove a lot of people wrong because he has a lot of skills. Like, being that calm in the pocket is not something many quarterbacks do. The amount of shiftiness he has in the pocket as well is another really impressive trait. And people also sleep on the fact that Calvin Ridley is one of the best receivers in the game at just being open. If you've watched his Falcons highlights, there is no other receiver on that field other than Michael Ridley that's even above average, and he's always open.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to help, especially with how calm Ward plays. Ridley will be open, and then whenever you want to give him a break, Tony Pollard is a good running back.
Yeah, I think both running backs could prove themselves to be great.
And also another thing people sleep on is the fact that the AFC South in general is terrible. Like, the Colts have no identity at the moment because they're trying to figure out Anthony Richardson. The Jaguars suck, and we don't know how Travis Hunter is going to fix it. And the Texans are in this kind of weird purgatory area that, like, the Hawks are in like, the NBA, kind of like the Heat and Hawks.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're good, but you can't really get that far.
All right, so the next one is Ashton Genty's touchdown. So
this one was impressive.
Yeah, hold on. We just gotta wait for the ad, bro.
Ashton Genty is like, I think the Raiders are a really good team. They just have the unfortunate position of having a division where the other teams are all Super Bowl contenders as well.
Yeah, I think in the AFC or in the NFC South, they would have been really good. All right, let's see this. So right here, he just fights for the whole thing, and obviously he fumbles right there, but it's not really a fumble because he already passed the plane. I think this proves that he can be a really good power back. I mean, that's 2 defenders right there. He gets away from them. I mean, he's gonna be pretty decent, especially with this Raiders offensive line.
Yeah. Is it just me, or does Ashton Genty just look like a Raider, bro? Like, he just looks like one of those Raiders running backs, like in the past as well.
Yeah, like Marshawn Lynch and Bo Jackson, bro.
He actually, Marshawn Lynch is a great comparison for Ashton Genty. If he's like a little bit faster, that is exactly what Ashton Genty is.
Yeah. All right.
In my opinion.
Now we're gonna be ranking the NFL rookies, quarterback so far.
Yeah.
So, should we rank this off of potential or like how they played?
I think we should rate it on potential because how they played the preseason, first of all, doesn't matter. And first of all, the first 2 years are kind of weird because you can have a great first year and a sophomore slump, or you can have a bad first year sophomore growth. So I think we do it based on potential.
Alright,
that's
so
what we've done with every other one.
Cam Ward, what do you think? I think it's probably A for me.
I think it's S because potentially, look at his position too, because potential also goes on where you are. Because if he is in the AFC West, like the Raiders are in, you're probably going to be in more of a B or C tier because he can't really take them far without them making other moves. But in the AFC South, with how trash that division is, you can go to the playoffs and host a playoff game and then lose, which is still impressive for how trash of a team the Titans are. I think that's S because that's something that only a few quarterbacks could do. Jaden Daniels and Stroud are one of them, and we call them S tier.
Yeah, I honestly agree because when's the last time we've seen a good Titans quarterback?
Never.
I don't think since like Warren Moon, like to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's like a long time ago. I think Cam Ward, you kind of changed my mind with that because like honestly, if he was in the AFC West, there's no chance he's playing good. Their defender or AFC North even like their defensive fronts are too good. The defensive backs,
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett,
Matt Crosby.
You got
all
the Ravens.
Those people.
Yeah,
crazy.
I just think because he's of the situation he's in, it's an S. All right, so the next one is I think this is the Bucks. Hold on, let me check. Oh no, this is the Texans quarterback that they just selected, and I think the later rounds.
Honestly, I think he's gonna be C. A solid backup cannot be a D, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's
because it's valuable to have somebody who can at least run the offense a little bit, even if it's not too much where you just have to hand the ball off, maybe run a bit. But I think that it's still valuable to have someone like that, so I think it's C.
Kyle McCord so far has played really well in the preseason. I think he could be probably B or C tier. Just as a backup.
Is he on the Ravens?
He's on the Eagles. It's a
Eagles.
backup.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be like a C tier. He's never gonna play.
Yeah, he's never gonna play, but he's gonna be a really solid backup. So Jalen Hurts.
But think about it this way: if you put him like when you get in the Eagles system, it's easier to win in a system like the Eagles or Niners because they have literally every other position done for you at superstar potential. Put this guy on any other team, is he even going to be half decent? I don't think so.
I think that's why I put him in B. Because for me, like if you put him in the Eagles system, when you have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Saquon Barkley, you're gonna have so much more potential than all the other quarterbacks.
Look at Kenny Pickett, bro. We do not consider Kenny Pickett that way. You saw how he played against the Commanders in that one game where Jalen Hurts got injured. They lost it. They blew it. They had a big lead too.
But I think Kyle McCord has a higher ceiling than Kenny Pickett.
We thought the same about Kenny Pickett a few years ago when he took the Steelers to the playoffs. I think C is fine.
Yeah. Quinn Ewers, I think he could have a great career in Miami. That's just
I think he's either B or A. I think he could be A as his highest because Tua is gonna get either injured or they should trade him. I am very low on Tua. I think they should have moved on from him already.
Yeah.
But I think Ewers should definitely get the chance.
Especially
to play
with a weapon like Jalen Waddle. I mean, we saw in Texas, he had Matthew Golden and all that. He performed pretty well, but honestly, I think they lacked some of the physical receivers in Texas.
Forgetting Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they also have Tyreek Hill, but I mean, he's gonna be either traded or retired by the time he gets to play. So,
now Ewers will probably get to play this season.
I mean, if Tua goes down, probably.
Or if Tua sucks in general.
Tyler Slow. This guy is probably
D tier.
Yeah.
Did you see this guy in college? D tier.
I know.
This guy's terrible.
He's 26 years old, bro. Riley Leonard is a great running quarterback. I just don't see him as a good quarterback.
No, but here's the thing. Riley Leonard, what team is he drafted for again? Colts?
Yeah.
No, this is a B tier pick. He could potentially start this year with how they view Richardson and Daniel Jones, and he fits perfectly into their system in a trash division.
Hear me out. I just don't think that he's capable enough in the pass game to be a good quarterback. That's why I think he could be a decent backup. I don't think he could be like a good player.
No, but think about it. With the Colts, they're a good short pass team. Josh Downs, fast. Michael Pittman, great route runner. You can go long passes, which is why they drafted Richardson to spread it out and go to their max. But even if you get Leonard, you can do the short pass game and help him develop his arm. While you wait for him to develop his arm, you're still getting great plays. You're getting good run after catch plays because Downs can either do run after catch or long throw. And I think that with how he spreads out the defense with his running potential with Jonathan Taylor, I think that fits perfectly, which is why at lowest I have him C tier.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Jalen Milroe, I think this is easy A or S tier.
This is B tier, bro. What are you talking about?
Nah, bro. No. Listen, okay, the Seahawks, they're look at Russell Wilson and his success. If Jalen Milroe can get that pass game down, he's automatically an A tier. Like, he could easily be one of the top quarterbacks in the league if he gets that pass game down. Like, look at Jalen Hurts. He doesn't have to pass that much. He could just run the ball.
Jalen Hurts. Okay, you brought up Jalen Hurts. That's interesting. Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. He just has a great team. And
that's why I think his potential is so high, because, like...
Bro, that's not a great quarterback, though. We're grading them on quarterback, not how their team can do with them.
I mean, if we're grading on how the team could do it, then this guy would
because
be, like,
the reason we got, Riley Leonard at B is because the team gives them the potential to be a better quarterback because of their system. With Milroe, he only has the potential to make them a better team by doing their system. He's not going to get better. He's just going to be able to run it so they can get to their point.
I think Milroe is A tier because, like, he's, like, proved in the SEC that he can pass deep, he can pass medium. His short passes are somewhat hit or miss, but I think that he is, like, an A tier just because of his run ability. B tier I could somewhat see, but, like, I think he's better than Riley Leonard, has more potential than Riley Leonard.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you flip the teams for Milroe and Ewers, they'd fit perfectly. Ewers with the short throw, Jackson Smith and Jigba and Kenneth Walker behind him, and Milroe with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle running deep.
I think I'm gonna keep him in A tier just because of that, like, hidden potential that he could have, especially learning from Sam Darnold.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, at some point, like, I remember, I think it was early on in the year, I thought he could definitely be number 1 overall pick, but then he fell off. So I'm fine with him being A tier.
This dude, I don't know. I just don't think he could be that good. He was, he could definitely be okay in the system that he's in because of Brock Purdy showed that, but, like, I just don't think he could. He's not even close to the skill level of Brock Purdy, even with that, like, the system. Like, Brock Purdy, he's a little bit better.
Both are system QBs, so it doesn't really matter. We can put them both D.
Shador, I think he's...
This is actually, like, the most interesting one. Let's save him for last, bro, because this is honestly something to think about.
Okay, this dude, I think he's an A or S tier. He's in the right system. Okay, so...
Wait, who are we talking about?
He's Cam Miller. He's the North Dakota State University. He's FCS. I'm gonna show you the stats of him real quick from the preseason game. He caught my eye like the other game. He was a 6th round picked by I think Tom Brady in the part, like, you know.
That's why you're picking him, bro. That's why you're trying to put him in SRA, because Tom Brady picked him in the 6th round for the...
Bro, no, he actually played really well. He actually, like, look at his stats at NDSU. Total offensive yards, he had a pass completion percentage of 69%, passing completion 759, and 9,700 yards. And he led the Bisons to 2 national championships.
And you know who also did kind of these same things for the same team? Trey Lance. And where is he now?
But he was picked 1st round. Like, I mean, you gotta, like, look at this. 3,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 631 yards rushing, and 12 touchdowns rushing.
And where have we also seen this before?
No, we've never seen this. We've never seen this, bro.
Trey Lance has done this.
No, nah, bro. Not to the same... Okay, look at this. He went 33. Okay, this is not this game. But the last game, he actually balled out, bro. I'm not even joking. Where is it? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to search up Raiders. It was in this game. It's the one before this. Dude, what? Raiders versus...
Seymour, bro.
Yeah, this one. Alright, so you have Aiden O'Connell, and then you have Cam Miller, who went 6 for 7, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. And he also, I think he rushed for 4 yards, yeah.
For everybody watching, this guy right here is the definition of overreacting to the preseason, bro.
No. I swear he has the potential to be good. Especially with Pete Carroll, bro. Pete Carroll is like... I don't know what happens with them, bro, but, like, he just can transform quarterbacks.
Okay, Pete Carroll might be the only reason this guy succeeds, but to be safe, let's put him in B tier.
Yeah.
Because I think he's not... I don't think he's inherently bad. I just think that he's a little overrated, but then again, he might not play because Geno Smith is solid, but if they do end up letting him play... But the thing is, I also think he can't be SRA because his division, again, it's the AFC West. And those are 3 other contenders you play twice a year.
This dude, Will Howard, I think he could be a really solid quarterback for them. After Aaron Rodgers goes, I think he could either be A or B tier.
Nah, the Steelers, I don't really like what the Steelers are doing. I don't like how they work with the quarterbacks. Arthur Smith has proven that he can't really do that. You saw what happened with the Falcons with Arthur Smith.
Yeah, but Arthur Smith isn't the head coach, so you know what I mean? Like, after Aaron Rodgers goes...
Mike Tomlin doesn't have a great track record with quarterbacks either. It's just Ben Roethlisberger, and then it's blank. And Ben Roethlisberger was given to him before.
Hey, bro, I'm just saying B tier. Because, like, if you think about it, Aaron Rodgers, let's just say...
he's C tier, bro. I think he's C tier. I think you're overrating him a bit. He's not horrible, but I don't think he's B tier. Because B tier is for quality players who fit the system. And, I mean, the Ravens are going to own this guy. Hell, even the Bengals, Shamar Stewart might get to this guy. And the Browns, Myles Garrett is definitely getting to him. So, no, I don't think he's B tier.
I mean, if we're ranking on potential, I think he could be B tier, but...
I mean, that's the thing. What potential? The Steelers are not an offensive-friendly team. Arthur Smith is a more run-heavy offensive coordinator. Mike Tomlin is not really have a great track record with quarterbacks. And the Steelers historically have only had, like, what, 2 great quarterbacks in their history? 3 good quarterbacks in their history? Mostly it's the great defense. He's going to get carried by the defense. That doesn't prove how good of a quarterback he is, in my opinion.
Next we have Jackson Dart. This is automatic S tier.
Yeah, this is S tier. He's amazing, bro.
I think he's above Cam Ward in this case.
But then again, here's the thing. The question about Jackson Dart isn't that is he going to be good. The question is he going to be traded when they draft Arch Manning next year?
Shedeur Sanders.
This one you have to think about first. You can't just put him somewhere.
I think, personally, with the amount of, like, potential he has to be either A tier or S tier.
In my opinion, I think that you can put him at S tier or you can put him at D tier, but I don't think you can put him in between because it's either you look at what he does with what he has or you look at the teams he's playing against and with his supporting cast and his coach.
I think that let's think about this. He has a top 10 defense, like, easily. And his wide receivers, let's just say next year, let's just say he doesn't play this year at all. Next year, they draft one of the highest, like, picks, and they get a really good wide receiver. What happens then? I think he could be S tier.
No, but, like, is he gonna be able to be better than Joe Burrow without a defense? Because the thing is, I think the Browns are a great team, haven't found a quarterback, but I don't know if Shedeur Sanders is the guy because he's just not as mobile as I thought he was gonna be.
Oh, I gotta show you this clip real quick.
I'm not saying that he's not mobile. I'm just saying that I thought he'd be more mobile because you know his dad, Deion Sanders, was like one of the most athletic players in history of the world.
He's not, like, immobile though because his Colorado offensive line was absolutely terrible. Like I think it was probably the worst one in his, like.
And you think
division.
It's gonna get better with the Browns?
I mean, it's an NFL defensive line versus like a.
Yeah, and there's also NFL defensive lines, which is why this Browns team on offense is just not good. You lost Nick Chubb. You don't really have a true wide receiver one. You don't have a great O-line. And what tight end are they working with?
David Njoku.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Were you seriously telling me that David Njoku is gonna be the guy he throws to all year?
Bro, you cannot tell me that David Njoku is not even, like, that decent, bro. Like,
no, I didn't say he's not decent. I just said that he's not a great player to the point where you can throw him the ball every time and say, yeah, he's gonna get that.
I mean, I understand
not
that.
Travis Kelce.
But I think I'll put him in A tier for now, just because, like,
we can put him in A tier, but then we would come back to the end of the season and we rewatch this video. We're gonna see how wrong you were, and you're gonna be admitting that, oh yeah, bro, you were right.
No. Alright, here we have Stetson Bennett, who's come back from alcoholism. He's probably like 30. He's probably 40 years old by now.
Alcoholism is not a thing, bro.
He came from the couch, bro. And
bro came back from alcoholism like this is not an injury. This is not an injury.
And then he just, like, completely balls out.
Stetson stands in, drills one, end zone. What 2 yards.
Mr. Aura himself right there.
That is not Aura, bro.
Look at this.
Who's seeing that, bro? That is not you throwing the ball.
Mr. Aura. Look at this.
Out there.
And then you turn to him.
What a finish from Stetson Bennett.
This is what Mark Rowe aspires to be in his life. Somebody who can just turn around, flex, and look tough.
That was so tough, bro.
That was not tough.
Yes, it was, bro. He got that game-winning touchdown.
Drills one, end zone.
And look at this.
You lose oil because that's just an piece.
From the mailman.
Welcome to the end.
The mailman, bro. That's what they call him now.
You know who else they call him, mailman?
Alright. I think that's probably it for today.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys, and make sure to watch every Sunday for our videos coming out.
Yep. Alright. See you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
Peace.